Hi there, it's Kirsten from Julep Tile Company. I wanted to talk to you today about one simple trick that you can use to make sure you're choosing the right tile color for your project. When clients come to me, they often feel overwhelmed and unsure of the colors to choose for their kitchen, which I really understand because generally in a kitchen renovation, the decisions that you're making are usually somewhat expensive and fairly permanent as well. So it's a lot to consider. But I would say that a lot of the overwhelm and uncertainty boils down to a lack of understanding of how to view color accurately. Because once you really know how to view color accurately, the correct choice often becomes very obvious. And so hang on, because by the end of the video, you will learn how to do this for yourself. So there's several ways that you can pull together like a kitchen color palette. The one that we're going to be talking about today is using a method where you pull the colors out of your countertop. So this photo here, you can see the countertop has a few different tones in it, and we've used that to pull out the cabinet color and the tile color and then the wall color on the bottom right. And the countertop really ties everything together in one cohesive whole. So this is certainly not the method that you have to use, but the techniques that we'll be showing you will still help you even if you have, say, like a solid black countertop or something like that, because again, it's really going to show you how to view the color accurately so you can make some good decisions. And so one other note I'll say is that our example will be using just the countertop and the tile. But if you have like your cabinets picked out and your flooring, other things like that, you can throw those in the mix. And I would recommend that you do, just so that you're, again, looking at everything all as one cohesive whole. So first we'll go over the setup, and then I'll walk you through a couple examples so you'll know exactly how to do this when you do it in your own home. So the first thing I would say is important for setup is to view each sample as it would be installed. So your countertops are not going to be on a vertical surface, right? And like your tile is not going to be on the horizontal surface. So lay everything out as it would be when it's installed. So your flooring and your countertops go on a flat horizontal surface, and then your tile, cabinets, and wall color, if you have that too, can go on a vertical surface. So we have that part of the setup done, and you can see here, I want you to notice the colors on the tiles. So the two kind of longer subway tiles really they both kind of look like they're the same color, to me at least. So I want you to keep an eye on those as I switch to our next photo. So these are the same exact tiles, but what we've done is we've added just a white sheet of printer paper behind them. And what that does when you use, and it has to be like a true white that you're comparing it to, then the color of the actual tile kind of jumps out at you. So you can see now that the tile on the right is a little bit more yellow than the tile on the left. And then the other thing that I would say is important, which sounds counterintuitive, is to turn your lights off when you're looking at these, because a lot of overhead lights will have like a yellow tint to them or a blue tint, and that will kind of throw off you being able to really see the color well. So obviously don't do this in the middle of the night when it's pitch black, but during the day when there's not a lot of harsh direct light, get all your stuff set up and then turn your lights off and view your tiles that way. So here we have our setup. So we'll start walking through some examples. So let's say you're looking for kind of a lighter backsplash, and these are the tile samples that you ordered. You've got everything set up. So what I usually do is a process of elimination where you're kind of pulling out the worst choices and narrowing down till you finally get your best option. So what I would say in this photo is that smaller tile right in the middle looks to me pretty yellow, and it doesn't really relate very well to the countertop. And before I move on, the countertop we're using, if you're curious, is a Taj Mahal quartzite. And then these colors here on the left is new satin right, in the middle, new satin white, in the middle is cream, and on the right is eggshell. So I would say cream in the middle is probably our least best choice. So let's pull that one out. So now we're left with just the two subway tile samples. So I would say, in looking at these, that the one on the right looks a little bit too yellow. I mean, I don't think either of these would be a really bad choice, but if you're really looking at being nitpicky and trying to get the tone as good a match as possible, I would say the new satin white on the left would be the best choice. So that now we're left with that. So now you've got a good solid choice for if you're looking for like a lighter backsplash. So a lot of these countertop samples will have obviously multiple tones in them. So let's say maybe your husband hates white backsplashes, or you've already got too much white in your kitchen and you want something with a little more color. Let's run through this example again and try to find a color that has a little more color. So here we have three new choices to consider. So again, notice that we don't have our white sheet of paper, and I'm just repeating this just so you really understand how important it is to view colors against a true white background. Because if you look here, I mean, all three of these really seem like, hey, these could all be good, pretty good choices, right? So let's put the white paper behind and see if it tells us anything that we didn't know before. So here it is with the white paper. And so the one that's jumping out at me, and oh, before I move on the very left is glossy taupe, in the middle is latte, and on the right is our wheat glaze. So the wheat one in particular to me is looking very yellow now that we have the white paper behind. And really there's not a lot of yellow in our countertop sample. So that would be the one that I would pull out first. So now that we're left with just the two, let's look at those again. And the thing that I'm noticing now is the sample on the left, the glossy taupe, really looks like it has a little bit of green in it compared to the one on the right, the latte, that has a little bit more purple. And I would say that the one on the right really relates better to the countertop sample. So that to me would be your best choice. Again, sometimes it's not like night and day where one looks really awful and one looks really great, but I would say that that's the best choice for this countertop. So here you have it there, and you can see that it really relates well to the countertop. And so we're feeling like we have a good choice for a backsplash that has a little bit more color to it. And then here both of our top choices are together, and you can see how nice all three of them work together because they all complement each other. So hopefully that's helpful for you in knowing how to view your samples and how to see color in the most accurate way possible. If you do have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us. We love talking with our customers about about your projects. And yeah, we're just happy to help. We understand this is a big decision, and so anything we can do to help, we're happy to do so. So thanks so much for watching.